What's up guys, this is Professor Spawn. In the last tutorial, we have created our first Java program. We ran the first program and we saw the output here, right? In this tutorial, we are going to have a closer look at the first program we have written. So if you see here, the first line we have written is public class tutorial. Here, the public is basically an access modifier which allows the programmer to control the visibility of class members, right? So what does this really mean by declaring this class as public is the tutorial class can be accessed outside of this class as well, right? So we are going to learn about this access modifier later in this tutorial, but for now, public is an access modifier, right? You can also not have this access modifier. Even if you remove this, it's still fine. And in this case, the access modifier here is default, and we will see what does that mean in the later tutorial, right? Also, by the keyword class, it says that we have a class named as tutorial here, right? So what does this really mean is we have created a class named tutorial and it is public, right? And the first method we have written here is named as main. This is where your program will be run, right? So as you can see here, this main method is public, right? The access modifier mentioned here is public. It's a static method. For now, just remember that main method is static. We will see in depth what are static methods and what are its significance. So for now, just remember that main method is static. Also, static methods are loaded into program whenever the program is run. It's loaded for whenever the program is run. It's loaded for the first time, right? And also, if you notice here, this void, it's basically a return type of this method, right? So in Java, every method will have a return type. If it doesn't return anything, you need to type as void. And if it returns some type, you need to mention that type. We'll see the type, what are the types, right? Basically by type, I mean to say the data type, right? Also, if you notice here, inside this main method and under this, inside this brackets, there is this something called a string with a square brackets, open and close, and there is some args. What does this really mean? This is basically a parameter, right? This is a parameter to a method. So a main method accepts a parameter of type string array, right? The square brackets is basically telling us that it is of type string array with the name as args, right? So array is nothing but a sequence of elements of similar type, right? It contains the sequence of elements. There are, let's say 5 elements. Those 5 elements will be stored into this array and it will be of same type. And also under this, we have written this system.out.println. Basically, this is going to print in the console whatever string we have passed here, right? I have talked about this. What is this? This is called as a string, right? So this is what your first sample program really looks like. And in the next tutorial, we are going to see how do you define a variable in a Java programming language. So I'll catch you in next tutorial. Till then, goodbye.